Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the DebtCircle Sundown Brief. I am Leela Shetty, and here's your complete roundup of today's key developments across India's debt markets. Let's begin with the highest yielding listed corporate bond trades. Monado Financial Services dominated today's list with multiple trades. The highest recorded yield was 17.25% on a trade worth 50 lakh rupees, followed by another Monado bond at 17.00%, with a trade value of 95 lakh rupees. Unifin's Capital India featured with a 16.00% yield on a 5.9 lakh rupees trade. Another Monado Financial Services bond traded at a 15.36% yield, with the largest trade among the listed bonds at 2.20 crore rupees. Akara Capital Advisors completed the top 5 with a 15.25% yield and a 20 lakh rupees transaction. Moving to the unlisted corporate bond market, Apex Homes recorded the highest yield at 14.00%, backed by a sizable trade worth 39.50 crore rupees. Anand Rathi Global Finance accounted for the remaining top trades, with 3 bonds yielding 8.00%, having trade values of 18 lakh rupees, 19 lakh rupees, and 18 lakh rupees respectively. Another Anand Rathi Global Finance bond traded at a 7.50% yield with a value of 13 lakh rupees. Now let's look at mutual fund debt activity. Debt mutual funds purchased securities worth 9,359.59 crore rupees, while sales stood higher at 11,307.04 crore rupees. This resulted in a net outflow of 1,947.45 crore rupees for the day. For the month of July so far, cumulative net investment remains negative at 36,271.30 crore rupees. Turning to foreign portfolio investor activity in the debt market. Under the general limit, FP is purchased debt worth 887.27 crore rupees and sold 200.14 crore rupees, resulting in a net inflow of 687.13 crore rupees. Under the voluntary retention route, purchases stood at 252.08 crore rupees, while sales reached 956.23 crore rupees, leading to a net outflow of 704.15 crore rupees. Under the fully accessible route, purchases were 463.03 crore rupees, whereas sales came in at 2,426.17 crore rupees, resulting in a net outflow of 1,963.14 crore rupees. For July month to date, FPIs have invested 28,077.95 crore rupees under the general limit, while the VRR segment has seen a net outflow of 11,633.97 crore rupees. The FAR segment continues to remain positive, with 7,558.16 crore rupees of net inflows. On a calendar year basis for 2026, cumulative FPI investments stand at 55,303 crore rupees under the general limit, negative 11,340 crore rupees under VRR, and 43,823 crore rupees under the fully accessible route. Now, the money market rates. The overnight call money rate closed at 5.26%. Tri-party repo settled at 5.22%. Basket repo also stood at 5.22%. Special repo was quoted at 5.02%. Let's move to the government securities yield curve. The 1-year government bond yielded 5.74%. The 3-year closed at 6.38%. The 5-year ended at 6.42%. The 7-year was at 6.61%. The 9-year and benchmark 10-year government bonds both closed at 6.77%. The 15-year bond yielded 6.97%, while the 30-year government security ended at 7.41%. Coming to the Treasury bill market, the 91-day T-bill closed at 5.35%. The 182-day T-bill yielded 5.61%. The 364-day T-bill settled at 5.76%. Now the latest liquidity indicators. System liquidity remained in absorption mode, with net liquidity at negative 1,75,382 crore rupees. banks parked 1,75,530 crore rupees under the standing deposit facility, while marginal standing facility borrowing stood at 148 crore rupees. Moving to the interest rate derivatives market, the one-year MIBOR OIS rate closed at 5.88%. The two-year stood at 6.07%. The three-year ended at 6.16%. The five-year finished at 6.37%. In the modified MIFOR market, the two-year rate stood at 6.96%, the three-year at 6.97%, the four-year at 7.05%, and the five-year closed at 7.13%. Let's check the currency market. The Indian rupee strengthened against major currencies today. The US dollar closed at 96 rupees, compared with 96 rupees and 43 paise previously. The euro ended at 109 rupees and 37 paise versus 109 rupees and 62 paise. The British pound settled at 127 rupees and 81 paise, down from 128 rupees and 48 paise. The Japanese yen remained unchanged at 0.59 rupees. The Chinese yuan eased to 14.21 rupees, compared with 14.26 rupees previously. Here's a quick look at commodities and benchmark indices. 24-karat gold climbed sharply to 14,586 rupees per 10 grams, from 13,285 rupees previously. Silver remained unchanged at 2,400 rupees per 10 grams. Brent crude oil declined to $86.26 per barrel, compared with $96.33 previously. Indian equities ended higher, with the Sensex closing at 76,835.78, up from 76,059.77, while the Nifty 50 settled at 23,995.95, compared with 23,767.45 in the previous session. Finally, in the primary corporate bond market, Best Capital Services announced a 30 crore rupee bond issue with maturities ranging from 16 to 37 months. The offering carries coupon rates between 12.00% and 12.50% and has been assigned a BBB rating by Infomerix Valuation and Rating Private Limited. That's all for today's DebtCircle Sundown brief. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with another comprehensive update from India's debt markets.